Yeah, thanks, Nico. Look, overall, after a disappointing night on Tuesday, you know, as an entire group, we challenged ourselves to stick together and have a good response. I thought we got that in the first half. I thought we looked like us. Statistically, from the game, when you go on the road, it's always hard to create chances. But overall, you talk about transitions that lead to attempts at goal was very high this game. Shots on the road are hard to come by. I think we had outshot our opponent, which is not easy. Had a lot of good chances. Played a really, really strong first half. But a good lesson, not getting that second goal. You let good teams hang around and they can make a play. So I think the first goal, a little bit unlucky. We could do a better job maybe closing the ball at the flex on the cross. And our box defending has to be a little better. Second one, Kai scrambles for a ball on the sidelines and gets beat, and now there's a domino effect and everybody's scrambling. We need to do a better job defending the box. Having said that, good response to get a goal, to get a point on the road overall, but it still feels like we probably deserved a little more.
Thanks, Jim. Jonathan Tenwald.
Thanks, Nico. Jim, obviously, as we'd all discussed before the game, this team was in need of sort of a triage bounce back moment after Tuesday.
Right.
Do you think you saw enough tonight in that regard?
I think we saw a group that was together. We're at our best when we're proactive and not reactive, and you saw sometimes that just means being a little bit in the opponent's face, nasty, mean, whatever word you want to use, not backing down. So I think you saw a good response for sure from the group. Can we certainly clean up some things? Like I said, the box defending. Could we finish a couple of those transitions and get the final pass right? That's the difference in the real games, right? But overall, still a big point on the road. We're our team that takes pride on every guy attacking and every guy defending, and I thought we at least got that tonight. Certainly, still a lot to work on, Jonathan, but I think the response was the right one, and I think we looked like ourselves, which is good.
Joe Tanzi.
Hey Jim, does that front three look a lot better just simply because Julian is out there healthy and doing what he's supposed to, but also what did you see, I guess, improved from the last few games that made that function so well tonight?
Yeah, like we've talked about, it's been a little bit stop-start, right? Julian had the ankle injury in preseason, missed some games for us. We missed Andre. So this was, I said it to the guys, this was the first time we had our, full group all on the same page, fully healthy to choose from. And I thought overall, the front three looked good, but there was still some transitions we left out there, 4v4s, 5v4s for midfield where some good actions, but just a little bit off on the final pass, maybe getting deflected, maybe taking an extra touch when we should play a pass, maybe passing when we should shoot, and just getting those little moments right. We were close, but I think there was a chance for 3 points, but don't get greedy. We'll settle for one on the road, and now have to regroup, lose about 10 players, and try and put together a squad for Portland.
Jose Nunez.
Thanks, Nico. Jim, as you mentioned the number of players, and I know I asked you about it leading into this match. Did you see what you wanted to see from at least the 8 that are with you right now? I'm guessing that the last 2 that you're adding are Neil and David. But did you see what you wanted to see from the 7 or the 8 departing?
I did, and I said it in the pregame talk, Jose. I said, before we go away now, let's have a real union performance where we look like ourselves. Again, I'm not concerned if there's mistakes on the field, guys. I know we didn't play the perfect game, but let's do it where we're not afraid. I know 6 yellow cards is probably too many, but it tells you we were up for the game. You know what I mean? We were in their face on the road. This is a hostile environment. It's a tough place to play. Jerisi gets thrown in at the end, and it can get scary. And I think we bended, but we didn't break. Of course we want to win every time we step on the field, but I think those guys gave me everything, which tells you a lot about the character of the group. And I know when you lose 6-0, there's going to be naturally deserved noise from the outside, as there should be, and I thought that they still gave a good response. First half, excellent. A 3 or 4 minute span there where a little unlucky, I thought, on the first goal. Second goal should never happen, but showed character to get a draw and respond. So happy with them. They'll go away with the national team now, hopefully do well for their country and get back as soon as possible. Because look, we missed the time training together on the field. All we've been doing right now is recovering, traveling, and being away from our families for about 10 days here straight. So it's good to get a result. Obviously, we wanted 3, so I apologize to the fans for that. But this group is grinding and I think has a lot to give this year.
Thank you, Jim. Safe travels.
Jonathan?
Thanks, Nico. Jim, Quinn and Jack have done a lot good offensively. Obviously Quinn started every game so far. And yet on the defensive side, it's only one clean sheet and only one further game where he gave up just 1 goal. It's been a lot of 2s and 3s on the board, including tonight. How do you measure all that? Obviously, there's been a million games and all this other stuff, but how do you measure, and Leon's out too, but how do you sort of measure all that in the pot at the same time,
Look, I think with any really, really talented young players, and Quinn and Jack and Nathan all fall into that category as top young players in this country. The offensive stuff, the attacking stuff, that's the part that you give them the freedom. In the final third of the field, I take the handcuffs off, do whatever you want, because they're special. Jack, Quinn, even Nathan made a play tonight a couple times down the line with good cutbacks. So, that part of things has been excellent. With young players, though, the only way you get the experience of what it really means on the defensive side, to cover on the weak side, to be in the right spot at all times, to anticipate, am I in a good position if the worst possible thing happens right now? You only get that through real games. And there's going to be mistakes. You're going to concede goals, but I think they're getting better at the defensive side of the ball. So for sure, when you talk about Leon, his skill set is completely different, right? He has the defense first ideas, but we also have to score goals, and different players give you different options, and I'm really proud of them for what they're contributing offensively, all 3 of them, and they're getting better and better defensively. But it's still some good things and lessons to learn, Jonathan, because there's a couple moments tonight that you can rewind and say, Jack could maybe take the last step and get more of a piece of that first ball on the first goal and get a leg on it, and now it goes out for a throw in and nobody remembers. And on the second one, well, Kai could do better. Damien could slide quicker. I saw Jose could maybe get to the penalty spot. Quinny could get to the back post a little bit better and just get a block or a clearance because Nathan's there with 2 guys. So little things and little moments they're going to get better and better at, but they've been excellent for us, and they're playing a ton of minutes for us and carrying the load, doing a good job.
All right, any final questions? Thanks, Jim. Thanks, everyone.